Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News, a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, we do this live every week, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a lot of people in the chat this week. We have Harley, Alan Keats, Travis Keir, Ken Nichols, Old Fat Guy BMX, Stoney's in here, Hut Karinsky's in here, Sean Chambers, Eric Stahl. There's so many people in the chat today. Lots to talk about, but not as much as sometimes. So the first thing that I want to talk about this week is a tour that's going on right now with Vans and the Bloom BMX. If you don't know what the Bloom BMX is, well, you're slacking. Is there an about? Yeah. So the Bloom BMX is an all-female BMX website. Here are the people who are involved, and they are doing a tour in conjunction with Vans and a bunch of lady shredders that you'll probably recognize the names of. Angie Marino, Paris Benegas, Linda Grabner, Maca Grisset, Teresa. There's so many names I can't say. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop trying. All of these people are here. I don't want to disrespect them by saying their names wrong. But if you didn't see it already, you can actually go and hang out with them at the Vans Skate Park in Huntington Beach, California, March 16th, 5 p.m. through 8 p.m. If you're in the area, check it out. Could be worth it. Here's everybody who is there. And it looks like it's going to be cool. It says, a year in the making and years overdue, we are incredibly excited to announce our collaboration with Vans BMX to embark on a road trip that will be bringing together some of the top international athletes in women BMX. Vans and the Bloom will start on International Women's Day, Tuesday, March 8th, and will include the people who I've listed already from the U.S. I'm not sure what country that is. Chile, I'm assuming. Should have just typed it out because I don't even know what those countries are. Austria. Chile. What is ESP? I shouldn't have to do research to figure these things out. Spain. Yeah. Next time I might type it out. Japan I can figure out, and Canada I can figure out, but those other ones make no sense. Let's see. Is brakeless flat decade possible? Absolutely. People do double brakeless flat ground decades. So moving on from here, another thing I wanted to highlight this week is the Cerebral Palsy Awareness Fundraiser that George, he's been on this channel several times in interviews, Sabrosa and Shadow are doing together. It's kind of huge this year. There's over $1,400 in prizes, with the grand prize being a Sabrosa rose frame, an Odin fork, Simo bars, a stem, grips, seat, pedals, a jacket, a mat, a welcome mat, that's pretty tight, stickers, a poster. That's pretty huge for grand prize, and all you have to do is buy raffle tickets for a chance to win at this. $5 a raffle ticket. You Venmo them to George. Make sure you put your name and your address with it so he doesn't have to put in extra work to figure out who you are. Tickets are available until March 28th, with the winner announced March 31st, with 100% of the proceeds donated to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. Here's George's Venmo QR code. Pretty awesome. So cool to see that Shadow and Sabrosa are taking part in this again. It looks like runner-up gets a wheel set. Yeah, front and rear wheels with some apparel, stickers. Third place gets some Etnies shoes. Fourth place gets Etnies shoes. Fifth place gets Etnies shoes. That's pretty sweet. Welcome Matt will look good with the RV. We gotta get an RV first. I was actually looking at renting them for one for Swamp Fest. They want like $1,500 down just to do it. It's crazy. Moving into the videos from this week, we've got one from Kink BMX with Brock Olive. It's his 2022 video. This is a good one. Street-centered video. Lots of good grinds and gaps and such in here. Here's one crooked grind. Not crooked. That's not the one I was talking about, but it's a good ice bar manual 180. Thought that was the crooked. Either way, great video, and it's only 2 minutes long, so check it out if you are interested. Then we got a welcome video for Marcus Paca to Stranger. This one was filmed by Mickey Fleck, and you can definitely see Mickey's influence, or the fact that these two ride together, because there's lots of good pedal grind stuff in here. Similar jibby-ish style, but going fast to it sometimes as well. This is an entertaining one if you're into that kind of video. Then we've got one with Sunday and Motocross International with Runa Hatari. This video is a little bit longer, not long by any means, but 3:47, and it's more of that jibby style of riding. Truck to fakie there. Let's see. So it says here, Runa is our Japanese connect through Motocross International. Smooth style, flowy lines, and a unique use of streets. Moving on from here, we've got a video for the people who are pool connoisseurs. It's called BMX Pool Paradise with Pierre Paradise. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it looks like that's how you say it. This video is 100% pool riding, so if that's what you're into, it's got some of the adventure behind it. The intro is pretty cool as well. Cleaning out pools, and there's a time lapse in here I want to show of them emptying. How sweet is that? Showing this pool emptying. Super rad, and it's 4 minutes long, so if you're looking for something that's getting longer, this is where you're going to want to look in if you're into pool riding. Next up, we got one for the Flatland folks out there from Fly called Varo. This one starts out with some B-roll that looks like it was from, or it could be from a movie. A little over 4 minutes as well. Flatland if you want flatland riding. And then for the trails folks out there, we've got another 9 Acres episode. This one's called Quick Hits with Clint, riding with Clint at the Hallahan's house in Pennsylvania. Pretty, I don't know what I was going to say. If you want trails footage, this is what you're going to want to check out. Then we've got a Puerto Rico trip from Colt and Messerol. This one features Dan Foley, Russ Barone, Sean Riccaney, Shames McKeon, and Andrew York. It's a pretty good lineup of people, definitely versatile and well-rounded. So definitely check this one out if you're a fan of those people. And look at that invert tabletop. It's inverted tabletop. Which one is which? Argue in the comments. Next, we've got another one from the Hallahan crew. This one is Shane's Day. It's in episode 4 with Shane and his new bike, talking about his new bike. There's riding in here as well at the wheel mill. Then we keep going with longer videos. And so I've actually talked about this one. Who doesn't want trails footage? Some people might not. But if you do, guess what? Here's another video for you. I actually already talked about this one, but because it's a great video and the fact that it was re-uploaded to the Dig YouTube channel, I figured I would mention it again because it was re-uploaded this week to Dig's YouTube channel. And look at that air. It's a Winter Escape ATX road trip featuring Scotty Scamehorn. Why are all these names today impossible to say? Why can't it just be John Smith, James Van de Camp? Good name. It's a great name. It's just, they're hard to say. That being said, these guys took a trip and made, how long's the video? Almost 14 minutes of concrete skate parks and trails from their ATX road trip. This one's got like metal and rock music in it, so if that's the kind of thing you're into and you want a little bit longer of a video, that's going to be one to check out. Pull back or die once again. But if you want something extra long, this is the video you're going to want to check out this week. It's the Scenes Not Dead video magazine February issue. It's literally almost 30 minutes long. It's got a Reggie Styles bio in it. We'll just pull it up on YouTube to check out the background. Who's that? I might be in it as well. But it's got an intro. It's got the Women's Weekend feature where Hannah Jean went around and interviewed a bunch of women at Women's Weekend. Rider profile with Reggie Styles. It's got a video from the Waterford Oaks Fundraiser, and then my power hour at they're all John Smith now. Yeah, I just call everyone John Smith. And then a power hour with me at Race Street Riders Co. in Dover, Ohio. I'm pretty stoked on it. My power hour section is literally like 7 minutes long in here. Tried to make it as much and as long as I possibly could. Noah did a great job editing this whole thing as always. So check it out if you want to. And that brings us into the product related things from this week. First, we've got a Chad Curley CK grip promo from Premium. Jesus. 30 seconds long, Chad Curley riding and promoting his grip from Premium. It's available now, so let's take a look at these grips because I don't see a picture of them there, and I want to see Premium Parts grips, CK grips. So there's Chad Curley's grips. They look like they've got real thick, I don't know what the word for them is. $14. Crazy how much stuff's going up. What's up, Dead Crow Army in the chat? They've got a clear and no, that's white and black. Smoke. So those they kind of remind me of the Shadow Old Dirty or Lil Dirty grips a little bit. Moving on from there, we've got a promo for the We the People Activate tire. This one features Jordan Goodwin and Dan Crook going to work. The tire itself. We should check out the tire. Let's just take a quick look at the tires since we can. 60 PSI tire. Interesting. So there's the tire. Pretty basic tread. Got some micro knurling in it. Looks like it'd probably be good for street and potentially skate parks. Not so much great for trails, being that there's not much tread there. Moving on from there, the Fit Bike Co. 2023 Complete Bikes promo has been released, and I cannot believe that the 2023 Complete Bikes are being released and promoted in March of 2022. Like, you might as well just not even have them. Like, the years are irrelevant at this point. 2023, like We the People's 2023 bikes are coming out as well, and I know that it had to do, at least with them, because of everything going on with supply chains. 60 psi is everything you need, not when you're jumping big airs over hips and casing. 60 psi puts dents in your rim. But anyways, like I understand that it has to do with supply chains and things of that nature that have happened in the past year. But it's just crazy how, like, the year just doesn't seem to make any kind of difference anymore. It's just a designator for what the, like, a category or a group of bikes. That being said, check out the 2023 Fit Bike Co. Completes if you want to. What I'm saying has nothing to do with their bikes. They did a pre-order way in advance with the shipping supply chains. And just a bunch of other stuff. Don't case. That's like telling a bird to not fly. I just case, man. It's tough. And I like having 75 PSI. Next up, we got a promo for Matthias Dandois' La Bastille V2 frame. This is pretty much all riding. You don't get much of a look at the frame itself. Probably. Oh, and he's riding a bunch of different frames. It's a little, I'm not even going to say. Oh, Jesus. Mighty Joe's in here with his Your Mom's House podcast references. So it says Haro has released sort of the new Matthias Dandois frame for riders to get their hands on. Sort of. What up, Montana Ricky? It's the way they do their ordering. That's why it's 2023. Ricky, it's Friday morning. Let's not be negative. Anyways, these frames apparently are patiently waiting on a ship off the coast of California, so they will be available at some point, but we don't know when. So if you want one of these, keep your eyes out. Next up, and it's, God damn it, Ricky. They do that to try and save themselves from being in trouble, not to cut everybody else off. Stop being so negative. Anyways, the Alienation Descent peg has been released. It's a new peg. I did an overview on it with, I did one talking about all of the features of these pegs. It got me flustered now. People aren't intentionally trying to cut other people off. They're trying to cover their own butts and trying to make sure that they have product to sell. Not everybody's out for everyone else's blood. Anyways, Alienation Descent pegs, 4140 peg, heat treated after the machining process, manganese phosphate coating, 3 anti-roll pins, 4.5 inches long, 1.25 inches in diameter, and they are super light, 5.8 ounces, I believe, is what each peg weighs. So that being said, that has been BMX news this week. I hope that you have found it useful, and there wasn't a ton to talk about this week. What am I trying to say? I did plug the fundraiser for cerebral palsy awareness, but I can do it again because it's a good cause. Did you two just break up? No, we didn't break up. This is just the news video, so we're not talking about anything to do with what am I trying to find? There it is. Cerebral palsy awareness fundraiser. If you want to buy raffle tickets, they're $5 each. It all goes to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. It's all for the good and trying to help the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. And George has cerebral palsy. He rides even with it, and there's a podcast on my channel with him talking about it and talking about BMX and all these things. He's a great person, and it's awesome that Shadow and Sabrosa are helping him out and trying to help a good cause in the process. So that being said, that's been the news video this week. I hope you found it useful, and there wasn't a ton to talk about, but the things that we did talk about were good. Follow along with the Bloom BMX's tour, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Goodbye, everybody.